Bear basketball fans, you're listening to 104.9 FM, home of the Bear Bears. This is Clint Payne. I am broadcasting live from the Centrum on the campus of the Southern Utah University Thunderbirds here in beautiful Cedar City, Utah. We have a state semifinal action tonight. This is the first semifinal of the night. Your Bear Bears taking on the Dixie Flyers in what looks like it's going to be a real good matchup, folks. Dixie Flyers ranked #1 in the state. I've said almost all season this could be the best team in the state. In my opinion, it probably is. But you know what? This is a capable Bear River team, a team that is capable of dictating the tempo against the Dixie Flyers. And if the Bears come out and play good, solid, stingy defense, you're going to see a victory. I'm interested to see what Coach Scott Hunt has up his sleeve, if he can pull a rabbit out of his hat here against the Dixie Flyers. I was asking him after yesterday's win over Snow Canyon, what do you plan to do against Dixie? Do you stop the state's leading scorer, Tyler Bennett, or do you slow down the cast of characters? He said, I'm not sure. That's just kind of pick your poison here. He said, I think we'll probably end up just going out in a straight man-to-man defense and seeing what can happen. Put Bridger Buse or Tristan on Bennett and keep him in front of us. I imagine you'll probably see different guys rotate on Tyler Bennett, but it's going to be an interesting game. Again, this Dixie Flyer team, they are 21-4 on the season. They were the winners of Region 9. They went 9-1 in region play. In the first round of the state tournament, they beat Stansbury 59-39, and then yesterday they beat the Logan Grizzlies 68-57. They held off the freshman from Logan, Ryland Jones. He had 25. Tyler Bennett, again, the state's leading scorer, had 17 for Dixie. And if you haven't seen Tyler Bennett play, folks, he is very, very smooth. Tyler Bennett is. He can do a little bit of everything. He's got great handles. He's got a great shot. He's great off the bounce. He attacks the hoop. He's got probably the quickest first step that I have seen in the high school ranks this year. He is a phenomenal basketball player. 6'4" shooting guard, can play the point as well. But you know what? He's not without some helpers out there on the court. Richard Guyman is. They list him at 6'7". I was talking to a couple Dixie fans, and they said he's probably closer to 6'8". And this is a rematch of last year's semifinal game when the Dixie Flyers at the Maverick Center beat the Bear River Bears on a last-second three. And guess who shot it? It was Tyler Bennett. Again, Bennett is he's tough, but not without help. Richard Guyman, 6'8" junior, and can really play. Guyman's averaging 8.6 points a game and 5.5 rebounds. He had 3 thunderous dunks down the stretch against the Logan Grizzlies to kind of put the game out of reach. They run him from the short corner back and forth, and he's tough. Bennett will drive it in the middle of the key. Guys will collapse on him. He'll kick it to the corner, and Guyman will flush it. And then James Eardley. Eardley is a good basketball player, Bear fans. Eardley's a 6'4" senior. Plays the small forward, and I think 6'4" is a little generous. That's what they list him as. But again, I don't think that Eardley is 6'4". He's maybe 6'2". But Eardley's kind of the X factor. Yesterday against Logan, those two came up big, both Guyman and Eardley, with double-figure games, and they're the two you have to really watch for this Dixie team. And then another guy to keep your eye on, Malachi Otis, the 5'8" senior. He sets the tempo for Dixie, and he averages about 3.5 assists a game, 3 rebounds, and about 7 points. Malachi Otis is good with the rock in his hands, and he's kind of what Tristan Hartfeld is for the Bears, but Tristan obviously a little more sound basketball player. The Bear River Bears last night, yesterday afternoon, defeat Snow Canyon 66-49 in a game that was really never in doubt. Snow Canyon kind of muddied up the waters and made things a little ugly for the Bears in the third quarter, and if the Bears would have made free throws down the stretch, they win that game by 30. I know that's an area that they want to improve on. In the fourth quarter alone last night, Bears 8 for 17 from the free throw line. That's not good enough to win a lot of close games. You got to make those free throws, and I know Coach Hunt will emphasize that, and the Bears will come out and play a little bit better. Yesterday in the quarterfinal against Snow Canyon Warriors, Gunnar Sorensen with one heck of a game, folks. 27 points. Actually, I had him for 26. The paper had him for 27. Mike Litchford was 17. Tristan with 12. Handful of assists. Bridger Buse had 6. Marshall Pond had 4. Nate Dowley had 2. And that's going to be the real matchup in this game, is who's going to control the tempo. Yesterday against Logan, Dixie intentionally slowed the tempo and tried to control the clock and keep that high-powered Logan offense at bay. And for the most part, they were able to do that. They got Ryland Jones in some foul trouble, and both teams are going to come out and try to force the tempo. The coach for this Dixie Flyers team is Ryan Cuff. You might remember Ryan Cuff. He was one of the best high school basketball players that's ever played in the state of Utah. Played in Richfield, and then he bounced around from Arizona State to BYU to Webury, played at several different places. Ryan Cuff, phenomenal basketball player, done a great job here at Dixie. But I think the Bears are ready for the challenge, folks. I think they're up for it and ready to rock and roll. We are ready to get this thing going. I was going to take a little pregame break in the action and throw it over to our commercial sponsors, but you know what? I say we just get this thing going. In these state playoff games, there's always a game before, and you have very little time to set up, very little time to really get organized and get going. And so we're just gonna stay right here, and we'll get cracking right now. 30 seconds before tip-off here, and we're getting ready to announce the starting lineup for both teams. We'll see. I assume the Bears will have nothing different than we've seen all season. And I'm taking a look down there to check it out, and sure enough, it's Tristan Harfell, Bridger Buse, Mike Litchford, Nate Daly, and Gunnar Sorensen. Just what we thought the Bears would do. Again, we are broadcasting live from the Centrum here at Southern Utah University, home of the Thunderbirds, your Bears taking on the Dixie Flyers. Repeat of last year's semifinal game in which Dixie won. See if the Bears can get a little bit of revenge here tonight. Again, the Bears are coached by Coach Scott Hunt. He's joined on the bench by Coach Gary Huber, Coach Devin Kidman, and Coach Ryan Hanna. And again, the Flyers are coached by Ryan Cuff. Flyers ranked number 1 in the state here. Yesterday's late games, I don't know if you heard, but Canyon View beat Pine View in a thriller, and then Juan Diego walked away from Desert Hills in the second half to win by about 10. So the late game tonight will be Canyon View versus Juan Diego, and that, my friends, will be a beauty. So if the Bears win tonight, they play at 2:45 tomorrow right here at SUU for the state championship. Yep, state championship. And if they lose, they will play at 10:45, and that will be either at Canyon View High School or Cedar. They haven't told us which one will be. I don't know if Ron Harfell's heard yet. Do you know if if we lose tomorrow, will the game be at Cedar or at Canyon View High? Have you heard? Yeah, we don't know yet. We'll find that out for you, Bear fans, and we'll get to the bottom of it here. I need to tell Ron thanks. He's been my partner in crime here. We're able to hook his camera up to the radio feed, and he's able to get to play my call right over the action. It's awesome. It's been good for all of us. So I've given you the starters for the Bears. They're, as we figured, Bridger Buse, Gunnar Sorensen, Nate Daly, Mike Litchford, and Tristan Hartfield. For the Dixie Flyers, it's going to be number 23, 6'4" senior James Erdley. Number 5, Tyler Bennett, a 6'4" senior, best player in the state here at the 3A level. Very good player. Number 11, the big man in the middle, 6'8", Richard Guyman. Number 30, 5'11" senior Nate Crockett, and their point guard, number 2, a 5'8" senior Malachi Otis. Once again, the coach for the Dixie Flyers is Ryan Cuff. Coach for the Bears, Scott Hunt, and we're ready to rock and roll, Bear fans. See, a few Bear fans have made the trip down from Tremont and Garland area. Very few students here tonight for the Bears. That's unfortunate. I know it's a long drive, but good smattering of Bear faithful over there behind the team bench. And right over here, Dixie's got a full student section. Not surprising. They're only about 45-50 miles away here. All right, Bear fans, and we're about ready to go here. Officials are ready to get underway. And we had a good girls semifinal before. It was Carbon versus Cedar. 2 really good girls teams. Carbon, I thought, was probably the odds on to win the state. They led that whole game from wire to wire. And with just a handful of seconds left, guess what? Cedar comes down, hits a shot, and wins it. Cedar did not lead until like the last 8 seconds. So we're ready to go. Mike Litchford jumping center court for the Bears. Richard Guyman jumping center court for the Flyers. Bears work from right to left on your radio dial here in the first half. Bears in their visiting red, trimmed in black and white. The Flyers in their home whites, trimmed in blue. And this game is brought to you by Big O Tires. Big O, the team you trust. State semifinal, Southern Utah University here at the Centrum. Bears versus Flyers. Ball's in the air. Guyman wins the tip. Otis in the backcourt for the Flyers. Surveys the scene. Walks it across the Thunderbird there in the middle. Goes right wing to Erdley. Erdley hands to Bennett. Bennett with a screen from Guyman. Nothing there. Hands to Otis. A little motion set here for the Flyers. Straight away to Bennett. Bennett down the right wing, hands to Erdley. Again, they're just trying to find a weakness in this Bear man-to-man defense. He goes to Crockett. Crockett back to Otis. Otis straight away over to Erdley. Erdley's going to get the ball to Bennett. He fakes it to Bennett and cuts around. Reverse layup up and in for Erdley. Again, he was the X factor yesterday. That's too easy. That's a nice little play out of the motion set there. You keep handing it off on the wings, and then you pull the hand off. You fake the hand off and attack the hoop. If Nate Jones is listening, he loves that play. Straight away, Tristan Hartfeld with the ball. Screen from Gunner, nothing there. Picks his dribble up. Fakes a long three, gives it to Nate Dowley, right wing. Back to Tristan. Tristan reset. Flyers in a 3-2. Gunner cuts through the lane. Nowhere to go. Up and under move. Misses. And Litchford fights for the rebound, but Bennett comes away with it. 2-0 Flyers early. Malachi Otis down the left sideline. Around his back to Bennett, getting pretty fancy there. Bennett looking for Guyman. He gets him. He's got Bennett cutting backboard up and in. Bridger Buse has got to stay with Tyler Bennett. That's just a give and go play. Flyers lead 4-0. They need some energy here. Bears, Flyers with a good start here. Bears going to have to answer. Tristan across the timeline. Right wing to Gunner. Gunner into the corner to Nate. Nate skip past Tristan. Tristan's going to get a look at a three. Oh, long. Ball's fought for. Malachi Otis for the Flyers comes down with it. Bears didn't, I don't think they attempted maybe 1-3 yesterday and did not make any. Otis with a long three, no good. That missed everything but the backboard. Missed the rim to the left. Tristan up ahead to Nate. Nate back to Tristan. Tristan picked up by Otis here. Again, they're in a 3-2 look here for the Flyers. Tristan. High post to Gunner. Gunner looks for Litchford. Back out to Nate. Nate's going to let a three go. No good. Long. Tipped out of there by Buse. Otis for the Flyers is going to save it. And he stepped out of bounds. So it's going to be Bear basketball. Right in front of the Dixie bench. Coach Ryan Cuff says, why don't you just let that go out of bounds? Pretty dumb play there by Otis. Hey, Bear fans. If you have any questions about home loan financing, give Jonathan Robertson, Vision Finance and Mortgage, a call. 257-LOAN. Tristan, hippity-hop dribble across the timeline. Into the corner to Bridger. Bridger down low to Litch. Guyman right with him. Litch nowhere to go. Fadeaway left-hander, and he walked. Yep, they got him with the travel. Guyman's a tough matchup down there for Litchford. Guyman's not real strong, but he's long, 6'8" and long. I bet he blocked 7 or 8 shots against Logan yesterday. Otis across the timeline. Goes left to Bennett. Got to stay with him. He's got amazing first step. Out to Erdley, 3 on the way. Erdley's got a goofy shot. He misses. Tristan with the rebound. Tristan quickly up court. Man, he gets up and down the court so fast. 3 on the way from Tristan. Long. There's long on everything. Long rebound pulled down by Crockett. He's going to attack. Down low to Bennett. Bennett too easy. Bennett up and in with the layup. Bennett's got 4. Bears down 6-0. Coach Hunt says, give me a timeout. He says, I'm not liking our shot selection here. Bears just long on threes. It looks like Caleb Jensen's going to come in here. We're going to wait and see if it's a full or a 30. And Coach Hunt says it's just a 30, so we're going to just keep it right here, Bear fans. Again, if the Bears win tomorrow, they play in the state title at 2:45, and that'll be here at the Centrum on the campus of the Southern Utah University Thunderbirds. If they lose, they'll play at 10:45, and that game will be either at Canyon View or Cedar. We're going to let Coach Hunt tell us where that game's going to be when he gets up here for the post game. And again, we're just going to keep her right here, Bear fans. I know they're working on getting our couple. They were having an issue getting some commercials loaded, so we got plenty of commercials we can run right here for you. So we'll just keep her here. Hey, Bear fans, you know about Post cereals? They make all your favorites, including Fruity Pebbles, Honey Bunches Oats, Honeycomb, and more. They're your neighbors too, located in Tremont, just like me and you. Bear basketball at the timeout. Bears trail the Dixie Flyers 6-0. Not a great start for the Bears. 0 for 3 from three-point land, and 0 for 1 from the field. So, or from 2 points, so 0 for 4 from the field. Tristan, left-handed dribble, across the timeline, picked up by Otis. Caleb in, try to stretch this or break this zone. They're running a 3-2 zone. You're going to get looks at threes. Bridger straight away, left wing Caleb. Caleb down low to Litch. They're going to double and triple Litch. There comes the double. Litch has got to kick it out of there. He gets that Tristan. Tristan fakes it, goes right corner to Gunner. Gunner picks up his dribble, nowhere to go. Back to Tristan. Tristan fakes a 3. Left-handed dribble. He's fouled by Otis. Tristan hit the floater, but he was fouled first. First foul of the game here. It's on Malachi Otis. First personal, first team foul on the Flyers. Into the game for the Flyers is number 4. That's Caden Elzy, the backup point guard, a 5'11 junior. Elzy not a real great scorer. 3 points a game, a little under 3 a game. Good defensive player though. Tristan, right wing to Bridger out of the inbounds. Bridger, nowhere to go, picks his dribble up. Cross court to Caleb. Caleb's going to let a 3 go. It's off from here. Oh, he banked it in. Are you kidding me? The bank's open. I'm not saying splash on that one. We'll take it though. Caleb Jensen with a 3. Long 3 by Dixie, and they answer back just like that. That was Nate Crockett for 3. Bears down 9-3. 4:26 here left in the first. Wow, Caleb Jensen, that was a bank. I know, I don't think he meant to do that. Bad pass by Buse, stolen by Guyman. Out ahead to Bennett, right wing. Bennett in the corner to Elzy. Elzy, 3 on the way, no good. Rebounded by Gunner. Great position by Gunner. He had Erdley completely blocked off. Tristan with the ball. In the corner to Caleb. Another three on the way by Caleb. No good. Long. Rebounded by Litch. Litch is doubled and he's fouled. They are doubling Litchford every time he gets anywhere near the ball. That one's going to be on Crockett. First on Crockett. Second team foul. I watched the whole Logan-Dixie game yesterday. The whole thing. And I'm not sure. I mean, I didn't even see Crockett shoot a three. So he comes out and sticks a long three. That's impressive. I just didn't think he had in his arsenal. Connor Dyches, 6'2" senior for Dixie. First time we've seen him. Out to Litchford. Litchford to Tristan. Three on the way from Tristan. No good. Bears can't buy a three. Elsie quickly down to Bennett, right wing. Bennett, he'll like to take Buse off the dribble. He goes baseline, pulls up in front of Buse and got it. Man, he is smooth. That's 6 already by the state's leading scorer, 11-3. Bears are getting finding themselves in a big hole here. Dixie coming out ready to play. Bears are about 0 for 5 from 3. Caleb's going to let it, or 1 for 5. Caleb Jensen splash. Give me 3 of those. He's got all the points for the Bears. They needed that. They were finding themselves down 11-6. Oh, Richard Guyman off the pass for a two-handed hammer dunk from James Early. Nice pass by Early to Guyman. Got to watch Guyman again. Not a great shooter, but he is athletic around the basket. Tristan, 3 on the way. Splash! Tristan Hartfeld. Bears living on the 3 now. Missed their first 4. Now knocked down 3 in a row here. 13-9 game. Bears right back in this, Bear fans. Early, right wing Bennett. Again, Bennett's got 6. You got to know where he is at all times. Straight away Early, right wing Bennett. They're going to clear out. Bennett on Buse, straight away to Elsie. Elsie, between his leg dribble, nowhere to go. Left wing Early into Dyches. Dyches low to Guyman. There's the double comes on Guyman. He misses it. Good time to double. Gunner pulls it down, hands it to Tristan. Again, Bears with back-to-back threes. Tristan's going to let another one go. Are you kidding me? Missed that one. I thought he had it. Looked good when it left his hand from here. Rebounded by Guyman. Hands it to Bennett. Bennett quickly down court. And Buse ties him up. Beautiful play by Bridger Buse. Jump ball. Bear for basketball. Now that is good defense right there, Bear fans. Bridger Buse with just an absolute hustle play. 13-9, 2:24 left in the first. If you're just joining us, Bear for basketball. Bear's got to find any kind of game besides this three-point game. They got to get the ball to Litchford low. They're doubling him off the wing every time. So the three's going to be open. They're in a 3-2, but if they're going to continue to double Litch, he's going to kick it out. It means Caleb and Tristan and Bridger have got to knock down shots. Tristan straight away calls the play. Between his legs on Dyches. I like that matchup. High post Litch. Litchford back to Tristan. Tristan fakes the 3. He's got Buse cutting through. Hands to Buse. Back to Tristan. Bears with some good ball movement. Dyches is slapping Tristan's arm. I don't know how you don't call that a foul. That's clearly a foul. Dyches on Tristan. Tristan crossover in the corner to Gunner. Gunner looking for Litch. Get him the ball. He's got it. There's the double. Litch slides through it up and under on Guyman. And he traveled. A nice play by Litch. He's got a pump fake. Guyman loves the block. He wants the Sports Center block every play. Litchford's got to get him in the air. That's what Coach Hunt's telling him. You got to get him up in the air. Get him off his feet. 13-9, 150 here left in the first semifinal game of the night. Winner goes to the state championship. Dixie Flyers lead your Bears. Dixie with the basketball. Malachi Otis working left to right on your radio dial for the Flyers. Picked up by Tristan. Hands to Bennett, left wing. Bennett working Bridger over a bunch of screens and Bridger right with him. And then they call this. They call a hand check. Are you kidding me? Dyches slaps Tristan's arm on the other end 3 or 4 times when he has the ball, and they call that hand check on Buse. Let's be consistent here, folks. First on Buse, first team foul on the Bears. Nate Dowley coming back into the game. Coming in for Caleb. Caleb giving the Bears some energy. 2 threes, I like that. Albeit the one was a bank. I know he didn't mean to bank that, because when it left his hand from here, it was ugly. But it went in. And what do we have? 5-second call. Great defense by the Bears. 5-second call. Malachi Otis couldn't find anybody. 13-9, 140 left here in the first. Bear fans, if you're looking for hunting licenses, supplies, get into Kent's Market. They've got everything you need for the most avid hunter and fisherman. Right wing, Gunnar Sorensen, straight away to Buse. Buse, 2-point jumper, no good, long. Everything is long for the Bears. It's crazy. Malachi Otis quickly out of there. He's got Bennett following him. Bennett fakes, tries to go baseline on Buse. Buse with much better defense here. After Bennett had the quick 6 points, Malachi Otis looking to take Tristan. Otis not a terribly good shooter. Out to Bennett. Bennett's going to reset out here by the Thunderbird by midcourt. Guyman pops high. They give it to Guyman, to Eardley. Eardley looking for Dyches, cutting through, nothing there. Gets it to Bennett, left wing. Again, Bears trail 13-9, 102 left here in the first quarter. Guyman in the corner. He doesn't want to shoot that. Out to Dyches, Connor Dyches. That's a long 3 go. Wow, that's an NBA 3, and Connor Dyches sticks it. And you know what? That's the right move. Let him shoot that. That's too long. Tristan's going to get a look at another three. Splash! And he's fouled. No call. Tristan Hartfeld for three. That was a long one as well. Bears with 16. They trail 16-12. All the Bears points have come on behind the arm of the three-pointer. 2 by Tristan, 2 by Caleb. Bears settling in now. Bears in a man-to-man here. They in a triangle and 2. Looks like a triangle and 2. Got Tristan right at the top of the key, and then Litchford and Nate on the low blocks. Bridger out on Bennett, and Gunner on Dyches. Let's see. We'll tell you if it's a triangle and 2. I'm not sure Dyches is the guy. I mean, he's a pretty good shooter. Down low to Bennett. Bennett's triple team. Nowhere to go. Fade away. If that goes crazy, he got it. Are you kidding me? At the end of the first, Bennett with a crazy circus shot, falling down. He gets it to go. So at the end of one, your Bears trail the Dixie Flyers here in the state semifinal game, 18-12. We'll take a 1-minute break. We'll be right back with the second quarter. You listen to 104.9 FM. Don't go anywhere, folks. Welcome back, Bear River basketball fans. Thanks for tuning in to 104.9 FM, home of the Bear River Bears. This is Clint Payne broadcasting live from the Centrum here at Southern Utah University, the home of the Thunderbirds. State semifinal action. Your Bear River Bears taking on the Dixie Flyers. The Bears trail at the end of one, 18-12. They've got to slow down Tyler Bennett. The state's leading scorer had 8 in that first quarter. Great basketball player, Bear fans. Dixie ball out of the break. LZ straight away to Richard Guyman. Guyman looking for Erdley, trying to post up Nate Daly. Nothing doing. Left wing to Malachi Otis. Otis to Erdley. Erdley Bennett. He's going to get a look at a 2-point jumper from the free throw line. Short. Rebounded by Daly. Bears doing a good job on the glass here. Tristan across the timeline. Bears could use a bucket here. Trail 18-12. High post Litch. Litch out to Nate. Nate's going to let a 3 go. Splash! Nate Daly. And then a little scream after. Are you kidding me? The Bears just living on the 3 here. They got to find some offense somewhere else, but as long as you're hitting them, let them loose, Bear fans. Everybody eating from 3. Right wing, Elsie. 18-15 Bears trail. Gunnar Sorensen with good defense on Bennett, but Bennett pulls it away. Big Euro step from Bennett, and then the finger roll. Man, talk about the ice, man. That looks like George Gervin with that finger roll. Bennett's got 10. Gives the Flyers a 20-15 lead here over your Bears. Mike Litchford, high post, looking for Tristan. Goes to Tristan, screen with Litchford. Pull-up jumper for Tristan. Bang! 2-point jumper. Tristan Hartfeld over the screen. Tristan's got 8. He's playing well tonight, Bear fans. 20-17. Bears trail. 6:43 left in the second. Bears hanging around the Flyers. Bears defense has got to get better. You cannot give Bennett too many easy looks. That last one was just a very good defensive play. There's a 5-second count. Oh, Coach Hunt wanted that. Stolen by Gunnar Sorensen. Hands it to Tristan. Otis had to get rid of it. Tristan right in his mug. Tristan's going to walk into a 3 off the front iron and out of bounds. Dixie basketball. Coach Hunt's fine with that shot. Nobody came out on him. Tristan let it loose, and he's been knocking him down. Dixie basketball. Bears trail by 3. Again, Bears just need to pick up that defensive intensity here. Otis to LZ. There's playing going back and forth. Bears in what it's the UNLV. It looks like a 1-3-1, but it's a little bit more of a matchup. It's what UNLV. Guyman came right over Gunnar Sorensen's back, and then Daly knocks it out of Guyman's hands. It's what UNLV called the amoeba defense. It's essentially a 1-1-3. Gunnar Sorensen with a layup, and that's a goaltend. That's a goaltend. You got to call that, and they got it. That's a goaltend. Gunnar Sorensen with the layup, and it was Erdley knocked it down at the rim, and it was rolling on the cylinder, and that's why Gunnar missed that. So they count the bucket. They got it right that time. Good call by the officials. Johnny on the spot. 20-19 game. Erdley's asking what I did. He said, well, the ball was in the cylinder, son. You knocked it off the cylinder. And that's why it didn't go in. Dixie basketball again. 20-19. Bears trail. Bears playing nice ball here in the second quarter so far. Bears on a 7-2 run to start the second quarter. First time we've seen Tanner Larkin into the game for the Flyers. Otis, left wing to Dyches. Right wing Erdley. Back to Otis. Right wing Erdley again. I apologize, that isn't Dyches, that's Tanner Larkin. And there's a travel. There's a travel on Dixie. Nate Crockett in the corner. He walked. Bridger Buse right on him. Bear River can take the lead here for the first time. They trail 20-19. Bear River's never led. And Bears looking good here in the second quarter. Again, 7-2 run to start the second quarter. Tristan walks it across the timeline. The senior captain having a great game so far. Hands to Bridger Buse. Straight away to Gunner. To Tristan, give it to Litchford. He's got single coverage, and the big man's not in there. Litchford, baby hook, and he misses. Just short. That's number 20, Larkin, 6'6". He's big, but Litchford much stronger than him. A stiff wind blow comes blowing in here. It might blow Larkin to Penguich. 3 by Bennett. He misses it. Rebounded by Hartfeld. 2019 game, Bears trail. Tristan walks it across the timeline. You listen to 104.9 FM, home of the Bears. Straight away to Daly. They gamble. Daly's going to get another look at a 3, but they said he walked before. Wow, unfortunate. Did that go in too? Wow, Daly just shuffled his feet. You got to be careful. Daly cannot fall in love with the 3. He's not a particularly good 3-point shooter. I worry that he makes the one and then he gets a little overconfident and want to knock a few down. Daly's been such a good hustle and energy player for the Bears. Does all the dirty work for the Bears. Right wing, Erdley for the Flyers. Into the corner to Nate Crockett. Crockett looking for Larkin in the low block. Larkin out to Bennett. Over to Erdley. Bears in his zone now. I like this look. Bears have gone zone the last couple trips. It's been effective here. Erdley, Tristan out on him. Left wing, Malachi Otis. Right, Coach Ryan Cuff calling out some orders for the Flyers. Over here to Crockett on the right wing. Back to Otis on the left. They're looking for Erdley on that low block. Crockett down low to Erdley. Erdley fakes the pull-up jumper, and Buse kind of playing real physical, no call. I like that no call. Into the corner to Erdley. Erdley fakes the 3 back to Crockett. Crockett to Otis. They're going to let Otis shoot. He's going to attack. Floater by Otis misses. Ball's fought for, and Tristan comes away with it, and he's fouled by Otis. That's 2 on Malachi Otis. Knocked Tristan over. Tristan tossed the ball. Very heady tosses it over to Buse as he's falling down. Elzy's going to come in for Otis. That's the 3rd team foul on the Flyers. 2nd on Otis. Dixie going to apply some full court pressure here. A 2-2-1 you're going to see. Unless it's a straight man, but it's not. It's a 2-2-1 press. I don't know if they're going to try to trap what they're essentially looking for. Into Litchford to the middle. Litchford can handle it, and he's knocked over, but they didn't no call. Elzy comes out on the turnover, and then Gunnar Sorensen steals it right back and gives it to Nate Daly. To Tristan. Tristan's got numbers. Look at him quickly. Of course, man, he explodes. Great pass. Gunnar Sorensen. Layup. Bears lead. Tristan Hartfeld dropping dimes. Wow, what a pass. 2nd bucket for Gunnar. Wow, Tristan Hartfeld. What a pass. How he fit that between 2 Flyers, I don't know. That's a great use of a bounce pass, and then Gunnar Sorensen knocks the ball out of the air, and Gunnar Sorensen, great anticipation. Oh, Dixie needs a timeout, and they're going to get one. Ryan Cuff takes the timeout. Bear River with all the momentum right now takes a 23-20 lead. We have a timeout on the court. It's a 32nd one. Bear fans, we're going to keep it right here. Marshall Pond checking in here for the Bears. First action for Marshall here in the state semifinal game.
Hello, I'm Jonathan.
Bear River on a little run here, 23-20. It's looking good. Everything going the Bears' way here in the 2nd quarter. Hey, Bear fans, Taco Time in Tremont. That's your destination for great tasting Mexican food. Try a taco salad or crisp tacos. No matter what you get, it's always this good. Only at Taco Time. Hey, and Bear fans, if you need a trailer, you know CNR Trailer Sales, that's the place to go. If you need one for your toys or livestock, check out CNR Trailer Sales in Tremont, 257-1308. Out of the timeout, your Bear River Bears lead the Dixie Flyers 23-20. Bear River on an 11-2 run this quarter. Again, Bears 11-2 run on the Dixie Flyers. Start the 2nd in the game for the Bears right now. Tristan, Marshall Pond, Nate Daly, Gunnar Sorensen, and Bridger Buse. Again, 23-20, your Bears lead. 3:19 left here until half. Elzy over here on the right wing. Bears in a 1-3-1 now. Long 3 on the way for the Flyers. Missed. Marshall Pond with great position, and they came over his back. That was Dyches. Rebounded by Erdley. Erdley misses. Now Marshall rips that one down. Great play by Marshall. Hands to Tristan. The Bears going to walk it across the timeline. See what Dixie comes out in. Looks like a man here. Again, Tristan, Buse, Marshall, Gunnar, and Nate out on the floor. Straight away Bridger. Straight away Gunnar. He hands to Tristan. Elzy knocks it out of Tristan's hands. Tristan recovers. Way out by midcourt. Elzy going to guard him. Boy, Tristan's a good ball handler. Tristan, high post to Marshall. Nowhere to go. Fakes to Buse. Oh, he had Buse back door. He's got him now. Easy layup. What a great set by Coach Scott Hunt. And well executed by the Bear River Bears. I mean, Coach Hunt is a master, guys, in the half court as far as just X's and O's. Nobody runs more sets in the state, I don't think, and nobody runs them better. Elzy, way out by half court here. Again, Bennett, left wing. They shut Bennett down since the that 10-point or 8-point first quarter. And there's an airmail pass, and they said it went off Gunnar Sorensen. Gunnar went up and fought with Dyches for it and went out of bounds. I apologize, Larkin. Bennett going to inbound it right here by the Bear bench. Bears lead 25-20. If you're just joining us, Bears we're down 18-12 at the end of one, and since the first quarter ended, the Bears are on, let's see, a 13-2 run for your Bears here. Dixie basketball, this 1-3-1 zone. Again, it's kind of the amoeba that UNLV runs is kind of a matchup zone. At least that's the look. It has really got Dixie confused here. Left wing, Tyler Bennett. Dixie trying all kinds of things to try to open that up. LZ right wing, Caden LZ back to Bennett. Bennett fakes the two. Out to LZ. LZ doesn't like that shot. Bennett down low to Guyman. Let Guyman shoot from there. Back out to Bennett. Bennett way out on the Big Sky logo. Almost to half court. Over to LZ right wing. I love this defense, Coach Hunt. It's not a normal 1-3-1. Over to LZ. LZ fakes it into the corner to, that's Crockett. Crockett, he's hit 1-3 already. Down low to Erdley. Out to Crockett. Boy, Bears, this zone is moving very efficiently, Bear fans. 25-20, your Bears lead 120. Buse with the steal. They try to go low post to Guyman. Buse hands to Tristan. Bennett trying to dog him. Quickly up court. Over to Gunner. Gunner pull up jumper for two. Get in there. No. Retry it and fought for by Nate Dowley, and Tyler Bennett comes away with it for Dixie. Tyler Bennett full speed up the right sideline here. You know he's going to try to attack. Bennett. Oh, nice. Two-footed jump stop by Bennett, and he got it to go. He's got 12. That's what Dixie's going to have to do to keep Bear River out of that matchup zone. 25-22, your Bears lead. 59 seconds left till half. You listen to 104.9 FM, home of the Bear River Bears. Marshall Pond high post. Out to Tristan. Tristan dogged by LZ. Tristan in the middle, down low to Nate Dowley. Easy bucket. What a pass by Tristan. Nate Dowley's got 5, folks. Tristan is just eyes in the back of the head tonight. Again, state leader in assists, not for nothing. LZ long three, no good. Tristan with the rebound. Bears lead 27-22, 35 seconds left until half. What a defensive performance here in the second quarter by the Bears. Coach Hunt, a genius going to that matchup zone. Again, he may call it a 1-3-1, but it looks exactly like UNLV's amoeba defense they run under Jerry Tarkanian. Right wing, Tristan, two-footed jump stop, down low to Gunner, too easy, Gunner up and in again. Tristan Hartfield just dissecting this Dixie defense. 29-22, 10 seconds left here. Dixie going to play for the last shot. You know they're going to Bennett. Bennett way out by half court. There's not much room for him to operate against this zone. Bennett right-handed down in the corner to Erdley. Erdley doesn't know the time, and he's going to run out on him. That's the end of the first half, and at halftime, your Bear River Bears lead the top team in the state here, the number 1 ranked Dixie Flyers, 29-22, behind a masterful second quarter. Bears going to that matchup zone, and it just absolutely confused the Dixie Flyers. You know Coach Ryan Cuff's going to come out with some adjustments, but again, halftime here, 29-22. Your Bears lead the Dixie Flyers. Winner moves on to the state title. What a fun game here so far, Bear River fans. You're listening to 104.9 FM, home of the Bear River Bears. Remember, you can stream us at KIX96FM.com. That's KIX96FM.com. I know there's some Bear fans that were in St. George I saw today that asked me, hey, how do I stream that game? So hopefully they can, they're listening and able to get the stream on their phones. I know you can do it on your laptops and on your iPads. So hopefully one of them will text me and let me know if they're able to stream it or if they're not able to. I think you can on your iPhone. So again, halftime here. We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll be back with stats and keys to the second half. You're listening to 104.9 FM, home of the Bear River Bears. We'll be right back, folks. Centrum in Cedar City, the home of the Southern Utah University Thunderbirds. First state semifinal of the night, and your Bear River Bears lead the Dixie Flyers 29-22. Top-ranked team in the state, the Dixie Flyers. I've said all along, I think they're the best team in the state. At the end of one, you know what? I think on paper they're the best team in the state, but I think the Bear Bears are the best team in the state. But I'm biased, and an alum, and I do the radio here. So, but again, at the end of one, your Bear Bears trailed 18-12. In the second quarter, they held the Dixie Flyers to 4 points. 4 points. Tyler Bennett, the state's leading scorer at 21 a game. He's got 12 of Dixie's. He's got 12 of Dixie's 22. He's the only one doing work for Dixie, aside from a couple of long threes, one by Nate Crockett and one by Tyler Dyches. And the funny thing is neither of those two terribly good three-point shooters. The difference in the game there, Bears going to I'm calling it the amoeba defense because it didn't look like a 1-3-1. Coach may kill me for that later, but it looked more like a what you call a 1-1-3, and Bears, just a matchup zone. They're very efficient running it, and whatever we want to call it, it looked good, and it just it really flummoxed Dixie. They had no answer for it. Dixie loves to dribble drive, especially with Tyler Bennett. He loves to drive and dish, drive and kick. Same with Erdley. And you know what? Against that zone, Bears were moving so efficiently that Dixie couldn't find any holes in it. Here's your state. Here's your I know they were state champs in one of their dances at the state cheerleading competition, and then I know we had an individual, the Capener girl. She was the state champion in jumps, and our cheerleader, that's our Bear cheerleaders, doing a great job out here entertaining this crowd. Looks like we've got a pretty good Bear crowd filled in. It's a long drive from Tremont here, Dixie just up the road, but they've been thoroughly entertained. I'll tell you what, Tristan Hartfeld, I've seen him have some great games, like when he had that game where he hit all those threes, or that 3-game set where he went like 15 for 20 from three-point line. But I don't know if I've ever seen him so efficient with the basketball. He is just carving Dixie up. I mean, it looks like somebody with the carving knife at Thanksgiving just taking care of the turkey. Tristan Hartfeld finding holes all over that Dixie defense, leading to easy buckets, setting his teammates up. It has been fun to watch. Gunnar Sorensen and Tristan Hartfeld lead the Bears both with 8. Caleb Jensen came in and knocked down 2 threes. Nate Daly has 5. Bridger Buse with 2. Bears leading scorer. Mike Litchford yet to get on the board. I think that the height of the Dixie Flyers bugged Mike just a hair, but you know Mike's going to get on track. You're not going to keep him down for a whole game. And we've got about 4 minutes here left until things get going. Again, Dixie Flyers coming back out onto the court. Again, Bears lead 29-22. State championship, if the Bears win, will be tomorrow at 2:45. They'll play the winner between Canyon View and Juan Diego. And to be honest, I got to think Juan Diego's going to win that game. I watched Canyon View beat Pine View last night, and both teams are good. Both teams are really solid. Canyon View has a sophomore that is as good a sophomore as I have seen in the state, in Branson Blackner. He can play, Bear fans. So it'd be fun to see him and not see Juan Diego again. But then again, I'd love to play Juan Diego for a third time. They came into Bearver and stomped a hole in the Bears earlier in the season, hit 15 threes, but then Bearver went down and led the entire game down there in Draper, and 10 Isley for Juan Diego. He hit a 3 at the buzzer to win it. So, and that was his only bucket of the game. So I don't know. Either way, it'll be fun. But let's take care of the Dixie Flyers here in the second half. You know, Coach Ryan Cuff is going to have some magic up his sleeve, and I know Coach Scott Hunt will do the same. What concerns me about Dixie and about the Bears is it seems like the Bears sometimes have a tendency to come out flat and let teams go on a little run at the start of the third. So we'll see what Coach Hunt has drawn up here. We're going to take a 2-minute break, and we're going to be right back with the start of the second half. Again, the Bears lead the Dixie Flyers 29-22. You're listening to 104.9 FM, home of the Bears. We'll be back in 2 minutes with the start of the second half. Don't go anywhere, folks. Welcome back, Bear basketball fans. It's halftime here in Cedar City, Utah at the Centrum, the home of the Southern Utah University Thunderbirds. It is the first semifinal tonight. Your Bear Bears lead the Dixie Flyers at halftime 29-22. Dixie ranked number 1 in the state here. Bears, after their losses to Logan and Juan Diego back-to-back, fell out of the top 5, but I've said it all along. Your best 5 teams in the state: Dixie, Bear River, Juan Diego, Desert Hills, and Logan. And the winner of this is going to move on to the state championship at 2:45 tomorrow. It's going to be Bears basketball out of halftime. On the court for the Bears, Tristan Hartfeld, Bridger Buse, Nate Daly, Mike Litchford, and Gunnar Sorensen. And they're going to try to pick up Tristan full court. Malachi Otis with man pressure here. Nate Daly back there at half court to help out. Again, Bear fans, if they win, they play tomorrow here at 2:45 in the state title. It takes 4 hours to get to Cedar City. You know, state title. Drive from Tremont and drive from Garland. Come support your Bears. Mike Litchford, high post, goes to Nate. Nate with the 2-point jumper, misses it. Rebounded by Richard Guyman. Hands to Malachi Otis. Otis quickly up court for the Flyers. Gets it to Crockett. Skip pass to Bennett. Bennett loves the baseline from there. Bears back in that zone. Now there it looks like a straight 2-3 here for the Bears is what I'm seeing now. Malachi Otis out front, goes right wing to Nate Crockett. Again, Bears lead 29-22. Second half just underway. Crockett, high post to Erdley. Erdley back out to Bennett. Got to move quick. Bennett 3 on the way. No good. Short. Rebounded by Tristan. The one thing I'll say about Bennett on his 3, he's not a real jump shooter. He's a set shooter on his 3. I think that's the real chink in his armor, but you can certainly see him playing at a school like a Weber or somewhere like that. Mike Litchford out front on Guyman, goes left wing to Buse. I like Litchford pulling him away. Buse 3, top of the key, no good. Bears can't fall in love with that. They got to go back to what they do well. Bennett quickly down the left side of the court. You got to make sure you stay with them. Again, probably the most explosive first step in basketball in the high school 3A ranks. Erdley free throw line, no good. And ball's fought for. Sorensen over there with Bennett. Rebounded by Sorensen. Man, he gets his hands on it, folks. It is like the ball falls in a bear trap. Gunnar Sorensen is very, very strong. Nate Daly left wing, way out deep. Tristan Hartfeld straight away to get it back to Tristan. He's going to reset right out there on the Thunderbird about midcourt, guarded by Otis. Right wing, Gunnar. There's a little motion set here. Buse is going to attack the rim. No, he ends it to Tristan. Guyman in there to erase shots. That's what Guyman does well. Tristan on Bennett. Tristan, NBA 3. Are you kidding me? Splash. Everybody getting wet. That one was from NBA range. My goodness. That one might have been from Parowan, folks. Tristan's got 11. Bears lead 32-22 behind the deep 3 by Tristan Hartfeld. Malachi Otis, right wing. Back over here to Crockett, down low to Guyman. Bears moving that zone quickly. Into the corner to Bennett. Bennett looks at a 3, thinks better. Out to Otis. Otis again, not a great shooter. Oh, Bears about had the steal off Buse's hands and out. They were going to Guyman. They like to put Guyman, the 6'8 player, in the short corner and running back and forth. Bears lead by 10, 32-22. It's going to be Erdley underneath for the Flyers. Inbounding. Dixie working from right to left on the radio dial. Into Bennett. Tried the alley-oop play that Bears like to run, and Bennett, Gunnar Sorensen right in his mug. Bennett missed it completely. Tristan quickly down court. Bears lead by 10, 32-22. You listen to 104.9 FM, home of the Bears. Screen and roll. Tristan Litchford. Tristan going to attack. Pull-up jumper on the 6'8. Guyman. A little too big. Tristan blocked it out of bounds. Tristan needs to get him in the air and then jump into him, get some fouls on Guyman. Again, Guyman, very aggressive, loves the Sports Center type block like that, and you can get him. You can easily get him into the air. Bears with the 4 low look here. Buse to inbound. Nate Crockett on Buse. Buse into Tristan. Tristan screen and roll with Litch. Back to Litch. Litch attacks the hoop. Gets Guyman in the air. Up and in for Litch. First bucket of the game for Big Litch. That's the way you get Guyman on. You just pump fake and get him in the air. Bears lead by 12. Biggest lead of the game for either team here. Crockett out front. Bears in the zone again. High post to Erdley. Right through Malachi Otis' hands. Boy, Bear fans, Bears have got to keep building here. Keep the momentum going. Bears up by 12. Winner goes to the state title game. Bears last in the state title game, 3 or 4 seasons ago. Let's see, this is Coach Hunt's 3rd season. So 4 years ago, Bears lost to Morgan in Bubba Miller's senior year. Straight away, Tristan, guarded by Otis. Tristan, screen and roll, double picket fence for Tristan. Now they got Bennett on him. Into the corner to Nate. Nate's going to get a look at a 3. Get in there, Nate Daly. No, misses. Rebounded by Crockett. Up quickly ahead to Otis. They're trying to get the tempo up so Bear can't get back in that zone. Straight away to Crockett. Left wing to Erdley. Down on the short corner. Down low to Bennett. Bennett up, misses the layup, fouled by Litch. And Litch says, no way. Even Coach Hunt and Coach Gary Huber, both hands in the air. Like, where is that? Bennett getting the benefit of a call. Foul on Litch. First on Litch. First team foul the second half on the Bears. Bears lead 34-22 if you're just tuning in. First semifinal of the night here. Bears defense has been phenomenal. Held Dixie to 4 points in the second quarter after an 18-point first quarter. Bennett shooting 2. First free throw is in by Bennett. He's got 13. Again, he is a great player, folks. Fun to watch. State's leading scorer at 21 a game, and he's the only one that's done anything for Dixie, and that's okay. You can let a great player go off if you shut down the cast of characters. So, and that's what the Bears are doing at this point. We'll see if they can continue to do so. Bennett trying to make it a 10-point Bear lead. Second free throw rattles out. Rebounded by Nate Daly. Bears lead 34-23. Dixie going to trap now. Tristan got to get it across the timeline. Does skip past to Nate. Nate's going to get trapped over there. Tries to go to Buse, and it's knocked out of bounds by Erdley. Forever basketball. Oh, I apologize. That's not Erdley. That's Connor Dyches into the game. Dyches just checked in. Dyches, 6'2 senior. Forever basketball in front of their own bench. Tristan to trigger. Bears setting it up. They go to Gunner. Gunner faces. Gets it back to Tristan. They're in a zone here, and they're extending it way out, looking to trap. Over to Daly. Daly attacks baseline. Runner, no good. That's not a good shot for Daly. Rebounded by Bennett. Quickly down the left wing. Bennett's going to attack in the middle of the court. Finger roll up and in by Bennett. You can't let him get that deep, folks. 34-25 Bear River lead. Dixie extending this zone pressure way out right at half court. Bridger Buse, right wing. Bridger Buse to Litchford. Litchford down low to Gunner. Gunner to Nate. Nate stolen by Otis. Momentum, this defensive switch looks good. Otis with a runner, no good. Bridger comes out of the rebound. How's Tristan? He's got Nate Daly way out in front. Tristan got hit in the eye. Over to Litchford. Litchford thinks about the 3, goes back to Tristan. Tristan's all right. I can't believe they're calling that foul. Litchford, 2-point jumper, back iron. He got a good look from the free throw line. Gunnar Sorensen falls down. Elsley comes out of there with the rebound. Elsley over to Bennett, right wing. Bears lead 34-25, 3:36 left. Bennett's just going to take it to the hole, and they get a charge. Let's see who that's on. It's on Buse. Bennett and Buse both go to the floor. Bennett's going to go to shoot 2. I think it was on Buse. It was. Going to be the first, second on Bridger, second team foul on the Bears. You've got to cut Bennett off. He is just, I mean, you can see what he's going to do. He's going to try to take over this game. He's going to go to the hole every time he touches the ball here. Looks like he might have come down on his hip. Hey, Bear fans, if you need yourself a new Buick, Cadillac, GMC, truck, or Chevrolet, look no further than Crump Reese Motor Company in Tremont, and they have that small town feel you love. Crump Reese Motor, different in a good way. Let's see. Yep, it looks like maybe Ron Hartfeld telling me that Tristan may have lost a contact here. We've got some time off on the floor. Jake Daly going to come in for Tristan while they try to find a contact. I think that's the case here. Tristan's going to go get his extra set. He's running to the locker room. Jake Daly going to come in. They're going to try to make that quick. I hope they make that quick. Tristan has been outstanding tonight, Bear fans. He's got 11. Bears lead 34-25. Dixie making a little push here. Tyler Bennett going to go to the free throw line. Bennett to shoot 2. Bennett's got 15 here already. Bennett's first one up and in. Bennett had a hard time yesterday from the free throw line against Logan. This is as close as Dixie's been for a while. It's 8. Bears had it hovering around 10 for a while. Tristan's got to get back out here. He lost the contact. Second one by Bennett also good. And they're going to apply some pressure here. You know they are, especially with no Tristan. Jake Daly and Bridger in the backcourt. Bridger needs to not pick up his dribble too early. Over to Jake. Straight away to Litch. Litch has got to get it across the timeline. Litch dribbles it across the timeline. Goes to Jake Daly, left wing. Jake, right wing to Buse. Buse skip pass to Jake. Jake, high post to Litch. Litch loses the ball. Gets it back out to Jake. Sophomore for 3. Long. Rebounded by Gunnar. Oh, man. Gunnar Sorensen. He gets it knocked out of his hands by Otis, or by Elsie, but Elsie was standing on the end line. That's a couple of times. They've got to watch that. Gunnar Sorensen isn't bringing the ball down by his knees. He's keeping it pretty high. And Elsie's just slapping at it. And here comes into the game for the Dixie Flyers. It's number 20, Tanner Larkin, 6'6" senior. He's checking in for Zach Hara. Hara got his first minutes here. Jake Daly to throw it in. He's got Gunnar in the corner. Gunnar thinks about, he didn't think long about a 3. High post to Litch, out to Buse. Buse, left wing Jake Daly. Straight away to Buse. Right wing Gunnar. Gunnar looking high to Litchford. He's got him. Double's going to come. Litchford up and fouled. Litchford's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Boy, they are, I mean, everybody's collapsing. Here comes Tristan with his hair on fire out of the locker room. He's like, I'm ready to go. Litchford going to shoot 2. And he tells Tristan, coach says, get over to the bench, check in. Or over to the scores table and check in. Litchford going to shoot 2 here. Bears lead 34-27. Litchford shooting 2. First one on the way for Litch. Good. Litchford got it. Litchford's got 3 on the game. Again, this is a game that's been pretty tough for Litchford. Not much room to operate. Dixie kind of long and tall, and they're double and triple teaming Litchford. They don't want him to get going down there. Big Litch shoot his second. It's on the way, and good. Litchford knocks them both down. Bears lead by 9, 36-27. Tristan barks out the orders. Bennett, again, they want to get Bennett the ball. 1-3-1 look here for the Bears. True 1-3-1 here now. Right wing, Elsie. Elsie wants a 3. No, thinks better of it. Left wing, Bennett. Bennett's going to attack. You got to stay with him. Got him stuck in the corner. Straight away to Tanner Larkin. Larkin to Otis. Otis to Bennett. Bennett, nowhere to go. Great play by the Bears. And Bennett somehow gets it up and in. Wow. Are you kidding? 36-29. Pressure in the backcourt. You're going to have to sting him over the top. Tristan. There he got Nate way down there. Nate hands to Litch. Litch attacks. Litch walked. Litch has got to put one more dribble down. That's 3 walks on Litchford. He's ducking the head, and that's what coach says. Get to the hoop. One more dribble and finish strong. Finish through contact. And that's what Litchford has got to do. 7-point Bear lead, 36-29. 2:16 here left in the third. Bears hanging on to the lead here. Both teams have scored 7 in the third, so pretty balanced. Big Richard Guyman back in the game for the Flyers. I imagine you won't see Bennett or Hartfeld come off the bench the rest of the, or go to the bench the rest of the night. Bennett with 19 already. He averages 21 a game. Malachi Otis across the timeline for the Flyers. They're working from right to left on your radio dial. Picked up there by Tristan. 1-3-1 look for the Bears. Left wing Crockett. Back to Otis. Right wing Bennett. Bennett fakes a long 3. He's not going to shoot that. That's too far. Crockett straight away to Otis. Bennett's too smart to shoot that. Crockett left wing into the corner. Early likes that shot, and he got it. Pull-up jumper. He killed Logan with that shot yesterday. 36-31. Again, a little 2-2-1 trap here. Bears got to get it across the timeline. Bears going with the two point guards. Tristan gets it across the timeline. Skip pass to Jake. Jake, high post to Litch. Litch is going to attack the hoop, and that's how you finish at the hoop. Litchford's foul, and it almost went in. That's what coach was telling him. Go up strong, young man. Finish at the rim. Litchford's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Foul on Bennett, his first or second team foul on the Flyers here in the second half. Litchford going to shoot 2. Litchford 2 for 2 tonight. Keep your fingers crossed. We don't want to jinx that. Litchford shooting well tonight from the free throw line. He went back iron and missed it. I shouldn't have said anything, Bear fans. Hey, but if you need a trailer or a flatbed for your farm or work truck, call today. CNR Trailer Sales in Tremont, 257-1308. They've got all your trailer needs there at CNR. Litchford's second one in. So Litchford 3 for 4 here tonight. Gives the Bears 37-31 lead. 1:31 left here in the third. Otis straight away. Bears in a box and 1 on Bennett now. Bears looking at the box and 1. Looking high post for Guyman. Nothing there. Out to Crockett. Crockett to Eardley. Got to guard Eardley there. Back to Crockett. Crockett over here to Otis. Gunnar Sorensen on Bennett in a box and 1. Gunnar Sorensen doing a good job. Need to play Bennett physical. Eardley, same spot. He missed that one. Rebounded by Tristan. Same spot Eardley hit it from, but on the other side of the floor. He loves that jumper from the baseline. Tristan's going to walk it down the timeline. Nice little screen for Nate Daly. Coach Hunt calls the play. Tristan sends the message out to the team. Looking for Litchford. He pops. Little screen and roll for Tristan. And now Tristan's going to attack. Pull-up jumper for 2. Rattles in. And Litchford about slammed that thing in, but it was in the cylinder. I'm glad he didn't because Tristan got the roll. 39-31, long 3. Wow, Crockett for deep for Dixie. Makes it a 39-34 Bear River lead. Dixie chipping away. Got Gunner down low here. Gunner up and in. Wow, he got the big man Guyman. Guyman thought he got back, but Gunner with just a little pump fake got Guyman off his feet and finished. I've said that since the onset of the game here. Guyman wants the Sports Center block. He will fall for every pump fake. He has no discipline. Bears in a triangle and 2 on Crockett and Bennett now. Gunner out on Bennett and Tristan on Crockett. Bennett takes Gunner, he falls down, gets it to Guyman. Litchford right there. Great defense, Mike Litchford. Hands to Tristan. That ends the third. So at the end of 3, your Bear River Bears lead the Dixie Flyers 41-34. Bear River 1 quarter away, 8 minutes away from a state title game, folks. Let's keep our fingers crossed and keep cheering these Bears on. It's 41-34 into 3. We'll take a 1-minute break. You're listening to 104.9 FM, home of the Bear River Bears. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Jonathan Roberts with Envision Finance and Mortgage. We do home loans here in Box Elder County. Do you have questions about financing options? Call us at 257-LOAN. We are your low-rate lender.
Welcome back, Bear River basketball fans. Start of the fourth quarter here at the Centrum, home of the Southern Utah University Thunderbirds. State semifinal action. Your Bear River Bears lead the top-ranked Dixie Flyers 41-34. Great night here so far for the Bears. 8 minutes away from another state title trip. Let's hope this Bear River basketball team can hang on. If they win, they play the state title game tomorrow at 2:45, and that game will be the versus the winner of Juan Diego and Canyon View here in the inside. I'm torn on that game, Bear fans. I'm going to stay around and watch that. I think the Bears have a better chance against Canyon View than they do Juan Diego, but I think I'd like to see Juan Diego again. We'll see what happens on the court for the Bears here to start the fourth. Tristan Hartfeld, Nate Daly, Jake Daly. So we have the brothers Daly, Mike Litchford, and Gunnar Sorensen. Bears with very balanced scoring. Caleb Jensen with 6, Bridger Buse with 2, Gunnar Sorensen with 10, Nate Daly 5, Mike Litchford 5, and Tristan Hartfeld with 13. And you know what, folks? I bet you Tristan Hartfeld has, aside, he's got the 13 points, but I bet I don't know how many assists he has. He's got to be closing in on double figures. I got to think so. Ron and I are both not entirely sure, but I'm just doing some quick math in my head, and he has been phenomenal here tonight, Bear fans. Dixie basketball out of the timeout. Dixie led by out of the quarter break. Dixie led by Tyler Bennett, state leading scorer with 19. Nobody else really doing a whole lot for the Flyers. Dixie moving from right to left on your radio dial. Bears in a triangle and 2. Malachi Otis goes to Crockett. Crockett back to Otis. Crockett's hit a couple of long threes, and which again surprises me. Not a great shooter. Eardley to Guyman. Let Guyman shoot that. Let him shoot that. Back to Eardley into Into the corner to Otis. Otis is going to line up at 3 and let it go. No chance. Rebounded by Gunnar Sorensen. I said this earlier. Gunnar Sorensen's hands are like bear traps. If he gets his, straight up to Daly, Nate Daly from Tristan, and then it's stolen by Otis, and Otis stepped out of bounds. Wow, I thought Nate Daly was going to get a good look at the layup. Daly went up over Guyman, took it away, and long pass by Tristan, but Otis was there to knock it out of his hands. Bears lead 41-34. 7:30 left in the fourth. Winner goes to the state title game here. Your Bears on the cusp. Let's see if they can hang on. Jake Daly into Tristan. Tristan screener roll with Mike Litchford. Tristan pull-up jumper. Good. Wow. 15 for Tristan. He is a man on a mission here, folks. 43-34, Bearver leads down to Guyman. Litchford, great defense. Guyman back out to Erdley. Erdley nowhere to go. Out to Otis. Back out to Erdley straight away. Bears in a triangle and 2. Bears real content running this. Into the corner to Guyman. Let him shoot that. Back off him. Get out on Otis. Otis, left-handed dribble straight away to Erdley. Erdley, a good shooter. Otis is going to attack. Euro step, and he throws. Oh, they're going to call a blocking foul on Litchford. That was a big Euro step, and Litchford was standing there. Litchford, I'm pretty sure I saw Litchford make himself a sandwich and eat it while he was waiting for Otis to run into him. Litchford was standing there for quite some time. Going to be the second on Big Mike. 13 foul. And there we got an offensive foul. Looked like that was on Erdley. Tristan trying to fight over it, and Erdley moved. James Erdley, his first, 3rd team foul. I guess that's karma or just a makeup call, because honestly, I better be careful. I'm calling Litchford Big Litch. I'm used to calling his grandpa Mike that, not his dad. I'm used to calling his grandpa Big Litch. So I hope he's not confused back home listening in Deweyville. Ball into Tristan Hartfelt, back to Nate Daly. Nate Daly going to walk it up. LZ's just going to guard Tristan full court. They're going to get it to Tristan. They got to get it across the timeline. They're going to try to trap Tristan, and they got a 10-second count. Bears getting too flippant with too cute with the ball there. 10-second count on the Bears. Bears were up by 9. They could have made that double figures again, and they get the 10-second count. Dixie is trying to bait the Bears into a trap in the corner, so they kind of look like they're playing tough man, and then you get near half court, and then another guy runs at you. So someone has to be open if they're going to continue to do that. Dixie basketball, Bears lead 43-34, state title trip on the line here. Otis to Erdley, right wing. Erdley looking for Guyman. Into the corner to Crockett, nowhere to go. Crockett down to Otis. Straight away Crockett, left wing Erdley. Erdley, Jake Daly right with him. Again, this triangle and 2, very effective. Otis picks up his dribble, goes high post Erdley. Erdley, pull-up jumper. Good defense, but he knocks it down anyway. Jake Daly right with him. 43-36. Jake Daly picks his dribble up, gets it to Tristan. Tristan's going to get it across the timeline. He does. Otis with him. Tristan's going to attack. Oh, a floater. Almost goes. Bennett with the rebound. They got to get back. Bennett's got a full head of steam. He's going to go right to the hole. And he misses. Rebounded by Gunnar Sorensen. Gunnar Sorensen having himself a game, and he's fouled by Bennett. Either Bennett or Otis. I mean, really, Gunnar Sorensen is everywhere, Bear fans, and it was on Tyler Bennett. Second on Bennett. 4th team foul here. Into the game is LZ coming in for Crockett. Going to be Bearver basketball after the foul. Gunnar Sorensen has owned the glass tonight. He has been very solid, attacking the glass on both ends. Tristan Hartfeld looks to trigger. He's got to get it in. Goes to Nate Daly. Nate Daly's got a guy behind him. He's able to get it up to Gunnar. Gunnar fakes to Litchford and goes back. He's going to go back out to Tristan. No, he's going to attack. And then he gets tied up, and they're going to call the foul on LZ. Got it out to Litchford. Litchford sticks a 3, but it's after the whistle. Looked like that was on LZ. We'll see. And it was Caden LZ's first. 15 foul here on the Flyers. Bears lead 43-36, 5:47 away from a state championship visit. Jake Daly into the corner. Tristan, 3 on the way. Short. Rebounded by Bennett. Looked good when it left his hands. Otis is out in front. Just Gunner's back there. Gunner contests and fouls. Not a bad foul by Gunner. And Gunner went straight up. Credit Malachi Otis for using his offhand. He used his ball side hand, or defender side hand, his right arm, just kind of put an arm bar on Gunner and then flipped it up left-handed to draw the charge. Going to be the first on Gunner. 14 foul here in the second half by the Bears. 43-36, Malachi Otis to shoot 2. Otis toes the charity stripe. First one is good. Nothing but net for Otis, the 5'8 senior. Now I believe Otis came from Pineview. He's a transfer from Pineview. He transferred over to Dixie. Played at Pineview for a while. 43-37 as close as they've been for a while. Bears are going to have to counter this. Otis, back iron, rebounded by Tristan. Tristan gets it to Nate. Back to Tristan. Dixie really attacking the Bears defensively. Nate gets it across the timeline, picks his dribble up. He can't pick his dribble up. And it's stolen by Elsie. Poked right out of Daly's hands. Elsie gets a look at two, misses. Tristan with the rebound. And Tristan is pulled down by Elsie. A jump ball! Are you kidding me? How do you call a jump ball? Wow. Wow. I know I'm supposed to be unbiased. That is absolutely the worst call of the night. Tristan Hartfeld had both hands on the ball, and Elsie came from his back and reached in front of him and pulled him down. Coach Hunt wants a timeout. He's going to settle down the troops. At the timeout, your Bears lead the Dixie Flyers 43-37. 5:21 left in the game. Trip to the state championship on the line. That's a full timeout, Bear fans. We'll take that. You're listening to 104.9 FM, home of the Bears. We'll be back in 1 minute. Don't go anywhere, folks. Welcome back, Bear basketball fans. Out of the timeout, your Bears lead the Dixie Flyers 43-37 in state semifinal action. Trip to the state title on the line. Bear basketball out of the timeout. Dixie tied him up on a jump ball, and it was arguably the worst jump ball call I've seen in the state tournament this year. Bears are going to look to get Nate or Jake Daly on a run out here, possibly. Let's see what happens. Into Jake Daly, or into Nate Daly, to Tristan. Tristan almost walks, keeps his pivot foot. Tristan to Jake. Baseball pass to Gunner. That's what you've got to do. You got to make him pay. Gunner down low to Litch, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Erdley. Second on Erdley, 6-team foul. Next one, the Bears in the bonus. I think that may have been a make-up call for the down here when they called the jump ball. Bears in a little stack set here, two-man stack set on the right, and then 4 low on the other side here. Tristan into Gunner. Gunner guarded by Bennett, hands to Tristan. Tristan thinks about the three, guarded by Bennett. Down low to Gunner, out to Litch. Litch needs to look at the three there. Good shooter from long range for a big guy. Straight away to Tristan. Bears going to play for a good look here, trying to get, they need an easy bucket. And Tristan dribbled it off his foot. No, they said he dribbled it off Malachi Otis' foot. And Ryan Cuff is losing his mind over here. The official was right on top of it and said, you dribble, it went right off your foot, Otis. Otis is in the official's ear. I don't know how much of that the official's going to take. Into Litchford. Litchford hands to Tristan. Tristan, picket fence with Gunner. Out to Nate Daly. Nate Daly to Tristan. Dixie really extending this defense. Elsie over to Jake Daly. Jake thinks about lining up a three. Tristan's going to the free throw line. Let's see who that's on. Dixie is really talking. Malachi Otis will not zip his lip. And the official looked at him and said, no more. You could see it from here. That's going to be the third on Otis. 17 foul. Tristan going to go to the free throw line and shoot one and 1-on-1 here. And Tristan, great free throw shooter. One of the best free throw shooters in the state of Utah here. Tristan, I hope I don't jinx him here. I don't want to do that. But 1-on-1 for Tristan. Let's see. In fact, quickly here, let me get you Tristan's free throw percentage. 88% on the season. 88%. Tristan shoot the one end. Front end coming up. Bear fans. Bears lead 43-37. Dust for Tristan Hartfeld. Nothing but the bottom of the net there. As Hot Rod said, Tristan was tickling the twine there. Second one coming up. Bears lead 44-37. Tristan trying to make it an 8-point lead here for the Bears. Tristan's got 16. Oh, it rattled out. Rebounded by Guyman. Left it short, shot it off his heels just a hair. Otis to Erdley. Bears in that triangle and two. Otis spin move. He walked. You got to get him with that. And they got him. And Ryan Cuff, again, I don't know how long the official's going to let him go. He is... I would have given him technical at least a couple of times here, but they're patient. That's what they're paid for. 44-37, your Bears lead. Trip to the state title on the line. Hey, Bear fans, get into Taco Time and try some of that famous Atwood's Ranch dressing. Nothing's better. This good. Only at Taco Time. Nate Daly to inbound. You see the baseball pass coming. He looks at his brother Jake and then goes to Gunnar Sorensen. Well read by Dixie. Gunnar going to try to dribble through Otis, and they get the offensive foul on Gunnar. Gunnar doesn't need to be bringing the ball up right there. Bears have a 7-point lead with 4:30 left. They can't afford turnovers like that. Going to be the second on Gunnar. 15 foul, and honestly, I don't think that was too bad of a call. Tyler Bennett back into the game. Crockett back into the game. Connor Dyches coming out. And Larkin coming out. It's going to be Dixie basketball after that foul on Gunnar Sorensen into Otis. Bears in a triangle and two. They've gone to a lot of that. Straight away, Otis. Left wing, Bennett, guarded by Sorensen. High post, Erdley. Erdley nowhere to go, looks for Bennett backdoor, nothing there. Straight away to Otis. Otis over to Erdley. Erdley to Guyman. Litchford right there. That's the play they got a ton of dunks on, and Bearver was scouted that out. Long three on the way by Otis. Got it. Uh-oh, Bear fans, this is getting tight. 44-40. Tristan picks up his dribble, goes to Daly, and they say Tristan walked. They say, oh, Tristan walked. 44-40. Bears got to take care of the ball. Dixie extending the full court pressure. And Bennett just fell down. Him and Nate Daly bumped, and Daly put his hands up, and Bennett wanted a foul. And I think Bennett was trying to bait him into one there. He didn't get it. Getting official. Done a pretty good job tonight. Been very patient with both teams. Otis out to Bennett. Bears lead by 4. 44-40. Into the corner. And that was to Crockett. You got to watch him. He's had the hot hand for three. Bennett straight away. Bears 1-3-1. They're switching up defenses. They've been doing this all game. Otis. Bears lead by 4. 3:46 left. Down low to Guyman. Let him shoot that. He tries to go baseline. He steps on the end line. Great play by Gunnar Sorensen. Man, I'll tell you what, Tristan, as good as he's been, Gunnar Sorensen's been equally as impressive. Gunnar Sorensen has 10 points, and he has got just a handful of rebounds. I mean, maybe close to 10. Gunner's been great tonight, Bear fans. 3:42 left in this one. Your Bears lead by 4. They really could use a bucket right here. We have not seen Bridger Buse for a long stretch. They're going with the 2 point guards. I think that's why. Nate Daly looking for his brother Jake on the outlet. They get it to Tristan. Tristan, skip past to Litch. Litch gets it back to Tristan. Tristan over to Nate. Nate jumps high to get it. Nate's going to attack. He's got Gunner. Instead, he goes up for his own and misses. Gunner with the rebound. They're going to call the blocking foul. Nate's going to go to the free throw line and shoot 2. That was on Connor Dyches. First on Dyches, 18 foul. Nate going to go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Crockett going to come in here. Let's see who he's coming in for. I think that's who they called it on. Let's see. Connor Dyches. Yep, that's his first. Big Nate's been pretty clutch from the free throw line. We need him to be again. One more time, Nate. Bear fans, if you're having a hard time getting a home loan, Jonathan Roberts and Vision Finance and Mortgage may be able to help him. Call him 257-LOAN, and Nate misses. This is the first one. Bears up by 4. 3:30 left in this one. Bears have led since they took the lead in the second quarter and have not relinquished it. Nate Daly got the second one. Nate's got 6 on the game. Gives the Bears a 5-point lead here. Bennett quickly up court, trying to not let the Bears get into that zone. Bears in a 1-3-1. Otis, another 3 on the way. Missed that one. Bennett with the tip and got it. Bennett with a big bucket. The All-State player makes it a 3-point game. Litchford to Jake Daly. Jake Daly, they're looking to trap him. Straight away to Nate Daly. Swing pass to Gunner. Gunner to Litch, and it's out of bounds. It's going to be Dixie basketball off Litch. Gunner should have attacked the hoop. Gunner needed to attack the hoop. Crockett was coming with a full head of steam. Dixie can tie with a 3. You can feel the momentum slipping away here. Bears having trouble with this pressure. Dixie just trying everything through 2 and 3 quarters to figure out what was going to work, and it seems like this pressure defense is really affecting the Bears. 45-42 game. Dyches to Otis. To Bennett. Bennett to Crockett. Back to Bennett. Over there on the right side, looking for a 3. No reason. There's 2:50 left, and there's the 3 by Dyches. He got it. Tie game. We have a tie game, 45-45. Tristan across the timeline. Tristan's going to attack. Down low to Nate Daly. Easy 2. Beautiful dime by Tristan Hartfield and Nate Daly. Bears lead by 2, 47-45. You can't take the air out of the basketball when you get a lead. Bennett's going to go with the full head of steam at the hoop. And they said, no, he was on the floor. He was on the floor. That's only the 16th foul on the Bears. Looked like that was on Gunner. Bennett's going to try to take this thing over. He's got 21, folks. He's at his season average. Coach Hunt calls the play here. We're going to wait and see who that was on. And Bennett was on the floor. It's going to be Dixie basketball waiting for the call here. And that was going to be on Jake Daly. First on Jake. 16th foul on the Bears. It's going to be Dixie basketball. They're going to have it underneath their own hoop. Bears lead 47-45. 2:24 left in this one. Connor Dyches with a huge 3 to tie it up just moments ago. Again, Bearver had led at the end of 3. They led 41-34, and then they went to this trapping pressure D, and it's really affected the Bears. The Bears, that's why they have Jake Daly on the court so much here, is he gives you another sound ball handler. Into Guyman. Guyman to Bennett. Bennett doubled. Nowhere to go. Over to three. Eardley for three, and he's fouled by Jake Daly. Eardley going to go to the free throw line to shoot three. Jake Daly said, "What did I do?" Looked like it was pretty ticky-tacky. Eardley going to go to the free throw line. He can give the Flyers a lead. Flyers have not led since the end of one quarter. Bear River has led the entire game since the first here. Eardley's going to shoot through three. He can either tie it with two, you take the lead to three. First one on the way by Eardley, no good. So the best he can do is tie it. That was flat. You could have hung your laundry on that, baby. 47-45. Nate Daly telling his younger brother, senior, giving some senior leadership, telling Jake Daly, be smart. Don't foul on the three on that. Eardley with the second one also missed. I mean, those things are so flat. That's a frozen rope. Nate Daly says, don't foul. He's telling Jake Daly, do not foul. Play good defense. That's senior leadership right there, Bear fans. That's what you expect out of your senior. Eardley makes one. Bears lead by one, 47-46. Bear River basketball. Nate Daly to throw it in. You know they like the run-out play here if they can get it. I'm sure Dixie has watched this plenty of times. But you never know. Bears catch him sleeping here. Nate doesn't go to it. No, he does. He goes to his brother Jake. Jake catches it on Otis and then gets it into Gunner. Gunner's trapped. He's able to. Bennett steals it. Dixie's going to get the lead. Bennett's going to get a two-handed dunk. And he got it. Dixie has the first lead since the end of the first quarter. Coach Hunt says, let's get a timeout. 2 minutes left. Dixie Flyers lead 48-47. Wow. Bears have self-destructed here in this fourth quarter. Down the stretch, this pressure defense by Dixie has just been seems like it's been a little too much to handle for the Bears. We saw teams do this to them before. We saw Juan Diego do this to them, and we've seen even Morgan tried to muddy up the waters here, and that's what Dixie has done. The Bears trailed the Dixie Flyers 48-47. Still plenty of time to go here, Bear fans. Unfortunately, again, Bears have led the entire game besides the first quarter. They led all through the second, all through the third. Dixie gets their first lead since the end of one here with 2 minutes left. This would be a shame if the Bears don't find a way to pull this out.
Time at taco time. Big value.
Hey there, Bear fans. Sorry about that. We had a little technical difficulty. We had a little power spike or something here, and it shut my mixer off. But we're back out. Bear River Bears trailed Dixie Flyers for the first time since the end of the first quarter, 48-47. Again, 48-47. And let's see what's going on here. We get the ball at half court. Nate Daly to inbound. Nate Daly looking. He's got to get it in. And he gets it into Tristan. Just barely. Tristan Hartfeld guarded by Malachi Otis. 1:57 left. Again, your Bears have led the entire game. Screen and roll with Litch. Beautiful screen by Litch. Tristan's going to walk into a three. Back iron. Rebounded by Dixie. Foul on Gunnar Sorensen. We're going to come to the other end. Richard Guyman's going to have to shoot 1-on-1. The big fella's going to come down here. Again, this is unfortunate. Bear River leads all the way till the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, and then Dixie takes the lead. Man. Bear River played flawless basketball here for roughly 3 quarters, almost full 4 quarters here. See if they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Dixie up 48-47. Guyman at the free throw line. And that was on Nate Daly. I apologize to give it to Gunner. It was on Nate. Richard Guyman to shoot one end. Front end, missed it. Litchford with the rebound. And they knock it out of Litchford's hands. I don't know why you don't call a foul that on Eardley. It looked like Litchford secured it and Eardley poked it out of his hands. Bear River basketball, 1:48 left, 48-47. Dixie leads your Bear River Bears. Dixie with full court pressure here. Into Jake Daly. Jake Daly picked up by Otis. Jake's got to keep his dribble, hands to Tristan. Tristan's got to get it across the timeline. You can't afford a 10-second call here. Tristan guarded by Elzy. Tristan going to attack. Floater by Hartfeld. Oh, misses. Rebounded by Bennett. That looked good. I mean, that thing bounced around 3 times here. Bears just need to play good defense. They lead trail by 1, 48-47. No reason to foul quite yet. And you want to foul Guyman. You want to foul the big guy. No, Elzy would be good to foul as well. Bears going to trap. You don't want to extend that too far for fear of an easy bucket. Elzy going to dribble around, go over, and this is It's times like these, honestly, where you almost wonder if they should institute a shot clock in at the high school level. Oh, Jake Daly with a great play. Knocked it out of Otis's hands and out of bounds. 1:04 left here. Bears trail 48-47. I thought Tristan was going to get the friendly roll there, Bear fans. That thing bounced around 3 or 4 times. I mean, literally, that was a beautiful, beautiful shot by Tristan Harfeld, and just didn't drop. Into the backcourt to Malachi Otis. Tristan right with him. No reason to foul yet. And Tristan does. That's not a bad foul. Otis going to go to the free throw line. Bears trail by 1, 48-47. Bears have led the entire game till the last, well, like I said, Dixie had the lead at the end of 1, and then the Bears led through all the way through the 3rd and 4th. Dixie got the lead back with 2 minutes to go. Pressure defense by the Flyers has really affected the Bear fans here in the 4th. 1 minute left. Otis going to shoot the 1-on-1. Foul on Tristan. Otis toes the charity stripe. Bears need him to miss 1 or 2. I mean, he got the first one. He could really hit both of them. You're only down by 3 at that point. Otis hadn't scored till the 4th quarter, and he's got 5 now. Senior toes the charity stripe. You got to box out. Make sure you box the shooter out. Otis to shoot his second one. Got it. 50-47. Dixie leads. 52 seconds left. Tristan across the timeline. Screen and roll with Litchford fakes. Blocked from behind. Otis is gonna get a clear run out, and blocked by Jake Daly, and they're gonna call the foul. So Otis is gonna go to the free throw line with 47 seconds to try to seal this one up for the Dixie Flyers. He got a nice block on Tristan from behind. Tristan trying to create something, the pull-up jumper. Had Litchford behind him for a 3. But he came off the screen, and it looked for a second like Tristan was going to get a good clean shot on a runner in the lane. Just was not meant to be. Otis going to shoot the free throws here. Bears going to have to start fouling to extend the game. Otis' first one in. Otis been money here at the stripe for the Flyers. 51-47. Coach Hunt wants a timeout to talk about it. Bears have played great basketball here tonight, folks. You know what? They've left it all on the line. The pressure defense just affected them down the stretch here. If the Bears lose, they play tomorrow morning at either Cedar City High School or Canyon View High School, and they will play the loser of Canyon View and Juan Diego, and that'll be a 10:45 a.m. tip time. State championship will be at 2:45. Again, Dixie's pressure defense here down the stretch has affected the Bears. I mean, the Bears have played a really, really good game, Bear fans. Tristan Hartfeld's left it all out there. The senior's done great. He's got 16 points and closing in on a double-figure assist. He's been phenomenal here tonight. The issue here in the Bears with 6 points here in the 4th quarter. And in the 4th quarter, this is the difference in the game. Bears with 6 points, and the Dixie Flyers with, let's see, 44, what are we at? 17 points in the 4th. Bears have been outscored 17 to 4 or 17 to 6 in the 4th, and that has been the difference in the game. This pressure defense has really affected the Bears. So out of the timeout here, we are ready to rock and roll, Bear fans. 47 seconds left. Malachi Otis going to the free throw line, shooting his second one, trying to make it a 5-point lead for the Dixie Flyers. Bears are going to have to hit some shots down the stretch here. They're going to have to get a couple quick 3 or a quick 2 and then foul. Got to try to not let Otis foul Otis. Guyman's your guy to foul, but they're not going to get the ball to his hands. The big guy's not going to touch it here. They're going to keep it in Bennett and Otis's hands. Otis toes the free throw line. 3 bounces, a little spin of the ball. Bend of the knees, lets her loose, and he got it. Otis has been solid down the stretch. Tristan into Nate. Tristan with the ball. 45 seconds left. Tristan across the timeline looking for a screen from Litchford. He's got it. Fakes the 3. Attacks on Guyman, and Guyman blocks him and fouls him. That's good. Stop the clock. You don't foul a 90% free throw shooter. Tristan's got to knock him down. That a way to draw contact. We saw Ryland Jones from Logan do that to Guyman all day yesterday. It was a lot of body. Good call by the officials there. Senior's going to step to the free throw line and shoot 2. First one's up and it's in. Nothing but net for Tristan. 52-48, 4-point lead for the Flyers. Again, the Bears kind of self-destructed down the stretch against that relentless Dixie deep pressure defense. Tristan, second one on the way, got it. Bears going to have to put some pressure on themselves and then foul quickly. Bears in a full court press here. They're up in Bennett's face. Get it to Otis. Otis back to Bennett. Over here to Elsley. That's the guy you want to foul. Back to Bennett. Yeah, over to Elsley. Bears are going to have to foul. Litchford up to Guyman, or to Erdley. And they fouled Erdley. Erdley's going to go to the free throw line and shoot 2. That's the double bonus here. Foul on Litchford. That's a good foul. Again, Erdley, not a terribly good free throw shooter. Dixie leads 52-49. Erdley's going to shoot 2 here. Bears going to have to score quickly. Erdley toes the charity stripe. First one on the way, and he got that one. He has a very, very flat shot. He shoots it from kind of behind his head. It works from out on the perimeter. Not so good there from the free throw line. Caleb Jensen, the three-point assassin, coming in. Erdley going to toe the charity stripe. I got to think next year, Bear fans, your Bears and the Logan Grizzlies, 2 best teams in the state next year. Erdley gets both of them. Makes it a 5-point game. Ball into Tristan. And why do we stop the time here? Oh, they're going to put a second or 2 on that. Oh, Tristan didn't touch it. They threw the ball and they ran a second off before they realized Tristan hadn't touched it. So I think they're going to put a couple seconds back on, at least 1 second back on the clock. Fisher went over and talked to the scorer's table. They put 7/10 of a second back on. 7/10 of a second. Well, that's good. That's enough to get the shot away. Ball into Tristan. Tristan's going to get it up court very quickly. Tristan, crossover dribble, screen and roll with Litch. Tristan in the lane, blocked by Erdley, and that's going to do it. LZ comes away with it, or blocked by Guyman. Guyman with the huge block, seals the deal probably for the Dixie Flyers. They're going to go back to the state title game 2 years in a row, where the Dixie Flyers have sent the Bears home packing. That's unfortunate. Last year it was Tyler Bennett 3 with basically no time left, and tonight Tyler Bennett, it goes off for 23 on the Bears, and Dixie going to return to the state title game for a second time in 2 years. Last year they lost. This year they'll play the winner of Juan Diego and Canyon View. LZ gets the free throw. LZ has not scored tonight. He gets the free throw to go. Gives the Dixie Flyers a 55-49 lead. Again, this fourth quarter has been the demise of your Bear River Bears. And it was really just the last 3.5 minutes of the fourth quarter. LZ gets both of them. We have a timeout on the court. Coach Ryan Cuff calls the timeout for Dixie, and it's a full timeout, Bear fans, so we'll take that one. 19.2 seconds left. Your Bears going to lose to Dixie. It's 56-49 with 19 seconds left. You're listening to 104.9 FM, home of the Bear River Bears. We'll be back in 1 minute, folks. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, Bear River basketball fans. You're listening to 104.9 FM, home of the Bear River Bears. Bears trailed 56-49 in a game that has really just been decided here in the fourth quarter. Bears played great. 19 seconds left in this one. Dixie going to go back to the state title game. Screen and roll. Tristan with Litchford over to Nate Daly. Nate Daly, 3 on the way. Rattled out. Rebounded by Erdley, and Tristan fouls him. 9.4 seconds left. And again, here's the difference in the game, folks. Dixie has scored 22 points in the fourth, and Bear River has scored 8. 22-8. The Dixie Flyers have outscored the Bears in the fourth quarter. That is the difference in the game, and it was led by this. I mean, it was just a relentless pressure out of that trapping defense. And the Bears could not figure it out. Erdley steps up there, knocks down the first one. Erdley's had a good second half. He had 2 at half. And he's got 10. Make it 11. He knocks down both of them. 57-49. This is exactly what these guys did to Logan yesterday. They just kind of pulled away in the fourth quarter. They are a good team. Tristan, 9.4 seconds left. Tristan quickly up the 3 on the way from Hartfeld. Rattled out. Rebounded by Guyman. That's it. Bears lose here tonight at the Centrum in Southern Utah University to the number 1 ranked Dixie Flyers, 58-49. A game that was right there in the Bears' grasp for the taking. That is unfortunate, Bear fans. Tristan Hartfeld played his guts out. The Bears are going to play tomorrow in the 3rd place game. 10:45. That game will either be at Canyon View High School or Cedar City High School. They will play the loser of the 2nd semifinal game. That's Juan Diego and Desert Hills. Bears again lose tonight, 56-49 to the Dixie Flyers. Difference in the game was the fourth quarter. Dixie outscores your Bears 22-8 in the fourth. 22-8, just behind just relentless pressure that would not go away. So again, Bears so close to another trip to the state title. Dixie will go back the 2nd time in 2 seasons, see if they can't win themselves a state title this year. They lost in the state title game last season. You've been listening to 104.9 FM, home of the Bear River Bears. Make sure you